In the heart of Mbarara, Uganda, Kakuru, a humble farmer who worked tirelessly under the sun. His hands, calloused from years of labor, gently tended to the farms that sustained his simple yet fulfilling life. Despite the physical demands of his work, Kakuru's heart was light, for he was in love with Kabibi, a woman whose beauty and grace had completely captivated him. See, one thing we need to understand was that Kakuru was a very simple man. He enjoyed the simple pleasures in life, like talking to his neighbors, enjoying time with his family, talking to his customers who visited him at the marketplace. And recently, he had just met Kabibi. Kabibi was now becoming another simple pleasure that he enjoyed. Kakuru and Kabibi developed a special bond. Their connection was built on mutual respect and genuine affection. They became friends when Kabibi came to his market store one day and ordered for some matoke from him. And from there, their friendship developed, and it grew into love. They often spent time on Kakuru's farm, laughing and working side by side. The joy they found in each other's company was evident in their smiles and glances. Kabibi loved the simplicity of life on the farm, the quiet moments with Kakuru, and the honest, hard-working nature of his character. Meanwhile, in stark contrast to Kakuru's simple life, his identical twin brother, Kato, navigated the bustling streets of Mbarara with a different kind of energy. Yes, Kakuru was a twin, and his younger brother was called Kato. Kakuru was the elder of a pair of twins, and his younger brother was called Kato. Dressed in a sharp suit, Kato enjoyed walking briskly through the marketplace, exchanging sly smiles with vendors. He was a successful businessman, driven by a desire for wealth and power. But as he watched Kakuru and Kabibi together, a new emotion stirred within him. This new emotion was love. Unbelievably, Kato was falling for Kabibi. Kato found himself thinking more and more of Kabibi and how he could win her away from his brother. Kato was convinced that with his wealth and charm, he could win her heart. Kato set out to woo Kabibi away from Kakuru. He began by sometimes interrupting their dates, showing up unannounced with extravagant gifts for Kabibi. And as time went on, tension began to grow between the two brothers. Kabibi at first was flattered by Kato's attention and the allure of his luxurious lifestyle, but it also left her confused and torn. Kakuru, although hurt by his brother's actions, remained steadfast. He continued to show Kabibi his love in small, meaningful ways. He believed in the strength of their bond and hoped that Kabibi would see through Kato's superficial charms. However, the constant interruptions and the grand gestures took their toll. Kabibi found herself overwhelmed and uncertain. The simplicity of Kakuru's love felt dwarfed by Kato's persistence and extravagant advances. Eventually, Kabibi, confused and conflicted, made a painful decision. She decided to leave Kakuru. Heartbroken, Kakuru watched as Kabibi walked away. Feeling the weight of his loss, he retreated to his farm, pouring his sorrow into his work, hoping that time would heal his wounds. His friends and neighbors offered their support, but nothing could fill the void left by Kabibi's presence. Kato, on the other hand, felt triumphant and continued to pursue Kabibi with unwavering determination. He showered her with attention and affection, and eventually Kabibi accepted Kato's proposal of marriage. They arranged a grand wedding, planning an elaborate ceremony that promised to be the talk of Mbarara. As the wedding day approached, Kabibi began to feel a growing sense of doubt. She couldn't shake the feeling that something was amiss. On the morning of the wedding, as she dressed in her beautiful gown, her heart felt empty and heavy. Memories of Kakuru and their time together on the farm flooded her mind. She missed the simplicity, the honesty, and the deep, genuine connection that she had shared with Kakuru. She remembered the times that they had sat down together in the garden, enjoying quiet conversations and shared laughters. She couldn't shake off the feeling that something was wrong. The wedding venue, however, was spectacular, adorned with flowers and lights. Guests gathered, excitement buzzing in the air. Kato stood at the altar, confident and proud. As Kabibi walked down the aisle, her heart raced. She could feel the weight of her decision pressing down on her. Then in the crowd she saw Kakuru. He stood quietly, watching with a look of profound sadness. In that moment, everything became clear to Kabibi. She realized that while Kato had offered her wealth and luxury, it was Kakuru who had given her his heart. As she reached the altar, Kabibi stopped. She turned to Kato, her eyes filled with tears. "I'm sorry," she whispered, her voice trembling. "I can't go through with this." Kato looked on, stunned. He couldn't believe what he was seeing. Kakuru fell down to his knees, crying in disbelief. He couldn't believe that Kabibi still loved him. The crowd gasped in shock as Kabibi turned and ran towards Kakuru. Kakuru stood up and took a step forward, his heart pounding. Kabibi reached out and threw her arms around him, sobbing. "I made a mistake," she said. "I love you, Kakuru. I always have." Kakuru, overwhelmed with emotion, held her close. "I love you too, Kabibi," he replied, his voice choked with emotion. Kato stood at the altar, his face a mix of anger and embarrassment. Unable to bear the humiliation, he left the venue, deciding to leave town and start anew elsewhere. In the days that followed, Kakuru and Kabibi rekindled their love. They planned a simple wedding, surrounded by friends and family. The wedding was held on Kakuru's farm, a celebration of their genuine connection and enduring love. The ceremony was filled with joy and heartfelt moments, reflecting the true essence of their relationship. In the end, love, honesty, and forgiveness prevailed. Kakuru and Kabibi began their new life together, their bond growing stronger and stronger than ever. The challenges they faced only served to deepen their connection, proving that true love can withstand any test. If you are Kakuru, would you take back Kabibi? What do you think about Kato trying to steal away his twin brother's love? Please share your comments below. Before you leave, I just would like to share some fun facts with you about Uganda. Did you know that Uganda is called the Pearl of Africa? It acquired this name because of its rich flora and fauna. And in case you are wondering about the names and what they mean, well, the names were got from Western Uganda, from the Ankole people. And Kakuru is the name of the firstborn male of twins, and Kato is the second-born male of twins. And twins in Ugandan culture are actually considered a blessing and even sacred. Kabibi means beautiful, chubby girl. Basically, like cute and lovely. So thank you for watching. Thank you so much. I appreciate your thumbs up and subscribe for more entertaining stories. Thank you so much and see you next time. Bye.